It's Wednesday night holiday basketball time from Snohomish High School. The Panthers host the brand new North Creek High School Jaguars. Western Conference basketball, an interdivisional matchup on STSPN.com, is presented tonight by Ace Hardware, by McDaniel's Do-It Center, by G&S Heating, by IRG Physical and Hand Therapy, by Speedway Chevrolet in Monroe, and by American Family Insurance. Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Lafferty. Joining me tonight is former Snohomish High School player, former Redmond head coach, and newly minted principal at Glacier Peak High School, Jeff Larson. Jeff, welcome.
Thank you, Tom. I'm so happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. I'm nervous to be here to sit next to a legend. And
well, Pat Castro sitting here. He is legendary. But my first question is, can I still call you coach?
That I would. Please call me coach. I respond better to that.
Okay, we'll do that rather than sir or whatever. So we'll talk about your journey from the sidelines to the principal's office as we go along tonight. Let's talk basketball. Here's North Creek, the new high school in the North Shore School District. They start with one hand tied behind their back with no seniors on the roster, and it's shown there was 0-7 coming into this game.
Yeah, you know, that's a good and bad thing, I think, when you open up a new high school. That people always say, but look at all that experience those kids are getting. That's very true. When I was coaching, there's two kinds of experience. There's good experience, and there's experiences you don't want kids to have. So it's risky. You have what you have, but when you're that young, it's going to be a challenge to keep their morale up and to keep their belief up and to get kids to play hard every single night.
So no real tradition yet at their
right.
school. So that's a tough job for Wade Knowles, their head coach.
Oh, no question about it, but also the exciting part that you get to set the tradition, you get to define the culture, and what a great opportunity.
Speaking of tough jobs, Jim Wilson in his second year as head coach here at Snohomish. It's been 10 years since the Snohomish boys have made that trip to the Tacoma Dome. You've coached at the Tacoma Dome level. You played, well, in those days it was the Seattle Center Coliseum level. Talk about using that as a carrot as a coach.
You know, that's the goal, you know, and it's really a dream. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't want my players to even mention the Tacoma Dome. We knew that was a goal, but not to sound too cliche-ish, but the most important game is the next one.
Right.
And if you take care of business one step at a time, then you'll get to talk about that Tacoma Dome.
So I don't know that either one of these teams will make it to the Tacoma Dome, but they're going to play tonight here in Snohomish. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup for the North Creek Jaguars. They'll start Tyson Bingkang at guard. He is a sophomore. Ethan Boyd, a 6-foot freshman. They'll also start Jack Charlton, a 6-foot freshman. Tanner Thompson, a 6'2" sophomore, and then their leading scorer is Andrew Mazawi. He is a 6'5" junior. So the only junior in the starting lineup is Mazawi, their leading scorer, at about 14 points per ball game. For the Snohomish Panthers, Colton Smith, a 6'3" junior. Luis Baccaral, a 6-foot senior. Calvin McDaniel, a 6'3" senior. Cameron Benorden, a 6'3" senior. And Carter Sparks, a 6-foot senior. And the leading scorer for the Snohomish Panthers is Cameron Benorden at 19.6 points per ball game. The Snohomish Panthers coached by Jim Wilson. The North Creek Jaguars coached by Wade Knowles. North Creek coming in 0-5 in Kingco 4A play, 0-7 overall. Snohomish Panthers 1-1 in Wesco 3A play and 3-4 overall. We'll take a break, come back with tonight's opening tip-off and game action. You're watching Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
I think there should be music playing on that. We welcome you back here to Snohomish High School, just getting done with our opening ceremonies, and we're getting set for the game to get underway here between the Snohomish Panthers and the North Creek Jaguars. Tom Lafferty with Jeff Larson. Our statistician is Pat Castro. Todd Elvig at the controls here on STSPN.com. We're ready to play some basketball. And Coach, let's talk about holiday basketball. How did you always handle that if you're not going away to a big tournament?
You know, I liked holiday basketball, and you treat it like anything else. It's another opportunity to do what you do, to get better at what you do. And my challenge to players was always play as hard as you do in a full gym as you do when the gym's not so full. So it's really a test of character and to see what matters to kids.
So here we go. Tom Friel is the referee. He has the basketball. Robert Polk, Trent Harwood flank him on either side, are officials tonight. And we're set to go at the opening tip-off here at Snohomish High School on a Wednesday night, a chilly Wednesday night. We're getting set to go. It'll be Andrew Mazawi, the leading scorer, will be jumping it up against Colton Smith in the center of the gym, waiting for everybody to get all set. We've got 8 minutes on the clock, and we're going to hear a whistle here momentarily, and now I guess we're waiting for some kind of problem down with the score clock. I see 8 minutes. Oh, the timeouts left are not being registered up there, so I'm not sure what. We'll have some kind of a delay here for an electronic type malfunction, and I guess we're not going to have the timeouts remaining to be used. Somebody get the owner's manual. Call Daktronics quick. So here we go. Ball is about set to go up, and it is underway, and it's going to be tapped out of bounds. And last touch, they say, by North Creek, and it'll be Snohomish basketball. They'll start Snohomish in their home white uniforms with red numbers, red trim. Moving to our right, that's Colton Smith. They'll work at top of the key. Balcarol starts to back in. Around the perimeter left side, Carter Sparks. Sparks at the top of the key to Smith. Shoots. That's a 2 from about 17 feet away. Missed it. It's going to come down, and it'll be North Creek basketball. North Creek, brand new high school in the North Shore School District. Wearing purple, the Jaguars. Ball safe from going out of bounds by Snohomish, and the Panthers get it. Colton Smith between the circles. Carter Sparks. Sparks looking low. Lost the handle on it momentarily. As North Creek kind of keeping things way outside the perimeter. That's Calvin McDaniel. Now the top of the key. Smith up fake for a 3, didn't get it. Instead they go left side, and that's Benorden who misses, and it'll be cleared out by North Creek. Yet to take a shot. Here come the Jaguars. Dribbling it in off the rim, and it comes out. Swirls out, no good. A miss by Charlton. And controlled by Snohomish. Balcarel with the basketball. A minute and a half in, yet to net the scoreboard. Now he goes in, takes it himself, but short arms it, comes away no good. Rebound grabbed down by Thompson, and here comes North Creek. Looked like it was going to be a jumper instead of a pass left-hand side. A miss there by Charlton, but the putback. And Tanner Thompson gets the first. Mazawi got it. They said Thompson, but it was Mazawi who got that one. And the first lead of the ball game goes to North Creek. We'll change of direction here. Shot too long by Balcarol. And controlled by North Creek. Jaguars with the basketball, 2-0 lead. That's Thompson. Thompson looking Trying to look for Mazawi, but it's stolen away. Colton Smith brings it out of back court. And then he kind of threw a pass to a player, didn't expect it, and going in, and a two-handed slam dunk. Well, Coach, that's getting to the easy way on the slam.
And that'll get the energy up in a hurry for that team.
And it's a 4-point lead for North Creek. They've yet to get a win. They're 0-7 on the season. Playing without seniors, they got 1 win in football. They've got 3 wins in girls basketball. Turnaround jumper. Oh, that'll help the Snohomish Panther cause.
Yeah, they need that. I see both teams trying to run what they want to do. It's just a matter of who's going to execute better right now.
Benorden with that shot, and it's a 4-3 lead for North Creek. Bing Kang. He'll stop and pop and put it in from about 10 feet away. Tyson Bing Kang, the sophomore, puts it up and in, and it's a 6-3 lead for North Creek. Balcarell bring it out of backcourt. Bing Kang is all over him, and he gets a steal. And he goes in and lays it up and misses the lay-in. And then a foul called off the lay-in. That's got to be, you can tell he's kind of disheartened. Bing Kang, I worked so hard defensively. I got the steal, and I missed the lay-in.
You know, and those are the hardest ones to make. If that angle's not right and you're kind of caught between the backboard and the rim, it just happens.
And there's a couple of guys behind you, too, coming in and say, miss, miss, miss.
That's right.
Inbounds here. The foul had been whistled on North Creek's Jack Charlton, his first personal, first team. Little kind of half-hearted full court pressure by North Creek. Snohomish now into front court. Down by a 6-3 score. Smith to Benorden. The ball is knocked away from him. Then back over to Smith. His 3 won't go. And then Mazawi grabs the rebound for the Jaguars. Split the defense, but come away with nothing. That's Ethan Boyd with the miss. Rebound controlled by Snohomish. Panthers with it. Sparks goes in. That ball is going to be knocked away. Knocked away there by Mazawi. May have been Thompson who got the block. And North Creek controls. Neither team exactly heating up the rims here in the early going. 3:29 to go in the opening quarter. A 6-3 lead for North Creek. And the Jaguars with the basketball in their purple uniforms. And near steal by Smith. Couldn't get it. 11 to shoot. Now to Bing Kang. Down to 6 to shoot. Bing Kang got to run it underneath, and that's a nice pass.
It was a nice pass, and nice movement without the ball as well.
So out to a 5-point lead for North Creek, their biggest lead of the ball game here in the early going. 5 minutes into the game. Balcarell has it on the dribble. Bing Kang has been a thorn in the side of the Panthers so far defensively. McDaniel get it down low and going in for a backdoor laying up and good by Luis Balcarell. It's down to a 3-point lead again for North Creek. That's Tyson Bing Kang. He just feels the urge and puts it up from 18 feet away. It won't go. And Smith grabs the rebound for Snohomish. Little early offense that didn't click for the. Now here's another early offense on the other side, and it's going to be a miss by Benorden. And cleared out by North Creek. Bing Kang, yeah, he carried the ball. I've always said from up here, if it looks awkward, it was awkward.
You know, Bing Kang being just a sophomore does show a lot of confidence, though, running this Jaguar team.
Again, North Creek without seniors, newly opened. Just down the street. We'll talk about that as we go along. The fact that there's, 6 high schools within about a 3-mile radius out there in your neighborhood out by Glacier Peak on the Seattle Hill.
You know, that's right. Depending on what road you drive down will determine what school district you're in. It's kind of crazy up there. But
yeah, 6 high schools, 5 school districts.
You know, and the neat thing is they're all good schools, good kids, good families. It's just a great area to be in.
Unless you're trying to get home quickly out of school, right? Because all those people are on the road at some point during the day.
Take your time getting home. That's your best bet.
Snohomish basketball down by 3. now under 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Snohomish almost lost the handle on it. They did lose it. Ethan Boyd with the basketball. And it'll be North Creek basketball. Minute 45 to go in the opening quarter. Bing Kang. As they just work the perimeter now. Charlton down low. Mazawi can't get it, but reload here by the Jaguars, and it goes out. It kicks it out for a 2-ball, and it's a 10-5 lead for North Creek. Now Balcarral brings it up, and they're going to call a foul. A little over two-handed touch here, and it's going to be whistled on Ethan Boyd for North Creek. And for him, that is his first personal foul, the second team foul. Out of bounds for Snohomish, fresh 35 on the shot clock. Minute 15 to go in the quarter. North Creek not playing like an 0-7 team.
You know, they're not. They're and I don't mind that foul out there. It's only the second foul of the quarter, and I don't ever criticize a kid for playing hard.
So Snohomish basketball. Jacob Brandvold now into the lineup. Out to Smith, right side. Balcarral puts it up, side of the side of the rim, no good, and ball goes out of bounds. And Trent Harwood says, purple basketball. And now Wyatt Wilson checks in for the Snohomish Panthers. And here comes North Creek, less than a minute to play in the quarter. Subak has it. Now to Groby. Back up top of the key to Mazawi. Mazawi looked like he was going to step back and shoot, and he didn't. Passes it off instead to Subak, and he will shoot. Offline, no good. Foul called off the rebound. Pushing foul off the rebound. The miss by Subak. And I think this is, yeah, it's going to be on Snohomish. It's going to be on Wyatt Wilson. That'll be his first personal foul. And the first team foul of the half against Snohomish. Shot clock is dead. 33 seconds to play. Long shot by Mazawi. Rattles off, no good. And Wilson grabs the rebound. And now Snohomish looking like they'll play for one shot. That's Wilson dribbling on the Panther in the center of the floor. Down to 12 seconds to go. Down to 8, down to 7, still on the dribble. Now bounces it, left side, right back to him. Down to 3, down to 2, turn, face, fire, no. Back up, will it count? No, they say no, it would not have counted had it gone in. We played one quarter of action here at Snohomish High School on this chilly Wednesday night. And our score after one, it's the North Creek Jaguars 10, the Snohomish Panthers 5. You're watching Western Conference basketball, high school basketball on STSPN.com. A 10-5 lead for the North Creek Jaguars over the Snohomish Panthers. Like every new color man now, I'm going to have you say what you said during the commercial break.
Well, I've noticed both teams playing their man-to-man defense, which I personally am a fan of, but I just wonder if Snohomish might try to change it up to just to try to create a little more energy out of their players to try to get a little bit more momentum for themselves.
Here is North Creek with it. Here is Mazawi goes in. He misses the lay-in, no good. Rebound controlled by Snohomish, grabbed by McDaniel. Up the floor, laying up and good. A little early offense there, but Norton with the lay-in off the rebound, off the miss. And the Panthers to within 3 at 10-7. We'll give you the first quarter shooting stats here in just a moment. Andrew Mazawi is the leading scorer, missed the last lay, and this time he goes in, and they're going to call him for the offensive charge. And I think right there you can credit Jacob Brandvold for just stepping in the way, right?
Yeah, great job by Brandvold. Anytime you take a charge, it's my favorite play in high school basketball. Good for him.
North Creek 5 of 13 from the field for 38%, 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. Did not attempt a free throw. Neither team attempted a free throw. Snohomish 2 of 11, 18% from the from field goal, 1 of 4 from a three-point range. A 10-7 lead for North Creek, and it's Snohomish basketball. Down by 3, and they move it to Benorden. Looking down low. Benorden was trying to go back to Colton Smith. He couldn't handle it, and the ball was out of bounds. I think right there you credit the defense again for North Creek.
You do. It's good defense, but a good idea. You know, looking for that pass down low. Not a bad thought.
Keelan Sawyer brings it up the right side. Both teams playing a multitude of players here in a non-league game during the Christmas break. Here's a long three. Goes. Josh Groby, a freshman at 6'3", puts it up and in, and it's a 6-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for North Creek, up by a half a dozen. Snohomish trying to answer on the other end. They'll have to do it at the free throw line. Brandvold missed the lay-in, but I think because somebody had grabbed hold of his wrist.
You know, I really like what Snohomish did there. That was a nice executed play by North Creek, and instead of hanging your head, Snohomish went right back to the rim and got themselves to the free throw line. It was a good job.
Tanner Thompson picks up the foul, his first personal foul, 4th team foul. First free throw is good, and Brandvold will get another. The Brandvold name been synonymous with Snohomish sports, I think, since the early 1910s.
Yeah, it's about right. I know his dad well, and I know he's proud of him for taking that charge and then knocking down those 2 free throws. Good job.
13-9 the score, 4-point lead, 6.5 to play first half. Subak tried to pass it underneath. The ball was knocked out of bounds by Snohomish, so 26 on the shot clock, and North Creek will keep it. Josh Groby. Yeah, you look down at the North Creek roster, no seniors in the school yet. That'll happen next year. Inbounds, Sawyer. Now Groby.
Nice.
That's
look.
a nice pass.
That's a really nice pass.
That's kind of knowing what the guy's going to do as you have it. Groby with the pass and the laying up and good by Thompson. The ball goes out of bounds. We're going to say it was kneed or kicked out of bounds, so Snohomish will retain possession in their front court. With 30 on the shot clock, 6:08 to go here in the first half, and the lead is 6 points again for North Creek. Balcaral, then a shot up, no good, a miss by Benorden. Panthers ice cold from field goal range. Now Sawyer. Garrison Kepley is wearing 43 there. Here's a little runner that will not go. That's a miss by Thompson. And up the floor, going back, laying up and good.
That's what you need sometimes, just to get things going. Look up the floor and get that easy basket and try to get some momentum going your way.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside with 5:38 to go in the first half. It's 15-11. The lead for North Creek over Snohomish. You're watching high school basketball at STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Well, Jeff Larson, we're noticing North Creek not playing like a team that's 0-7.
You know, they're not. They look to me like they're just hungry to get a win. So it's a fun fun basketball game here in late December.
Here is a 3-ball corner. Ian Subak put it in, and it's out to now a 7-point lead for North Creek over Snohomish. Of course, North Creek playing in a, you know that league very well. That Kinko league is tough. Every night is tough.
Every night is tough. It really is. There's good coaches, good players, and there's just no, like most conferences, no night off. There's a nice shot by Snohomish. They needed that.
Up and in by Colton Smith, a 3-ball. Pulls Snohomish to within 4 again. That's Keelan Sawyer. Give it off to Subak. Hit the 3-ball the last time. That's Sawyer. Down to 14 to shoot now. Little spin move there by Thompson, back out. Oh, he was going to elevate the first time. He reloads and couldn't pull the trigger that time. It would not go down, but a reload here off the offensive rebound by Subak. Back up, that 3 won't go. And now a foul called. Oh, they're going to say the foul's going to be off the rebound on North Creek. And they're going to, Kepley will pick up the foul. Garrison Kepley, the freshman, picks up his first personal foul. 5th team foul.
And I can read North Creek coach's mind on that one. It was an open shot, but you can get that shot anytime you want. I think he's wanting his players to take a little more time and run their stuff.
So Snohomish down by 4. Panthers with the basketball in their white jerseys, moving to our right here in the first half. Coming up on the 4-minute mark to play in the second quarter. Long outside 3 that rattles out. Went deep for Smith, wouldn't go. Will he try it again? No, he'll go in for a lay-in and get fouled on the way down. Off the rebound there by McDaniel. Then Smith headed for the rim, and they're going to say baseline. They're going to say he was not shooting. So it'll be a baseline out of bounds here for Snohomish. And some fresh bodies back out on the floor. Bing Kang checks back in for North Creek. He's been kind of like the Energizer Bunny in this ball game. Here's a 3 outside. Cameron Bornorden. The Panthers are starting to heat it up a little bit from outside.
Yeah, and that was a well-designed and well-executed inbounds play. And you get those rhythm shots more often than not, they seem to go in.
Down by 1 are the Panthers. North Creek with the basketball. Mazawi back to the basket. Triple teamed, and the ball went out of bounds. You say last touched by Snohomish. There's 3 guys on 1 guy. That means there's a whole bunch of other guys in purple that would be open, I would think.
Snohomish with just 1 team foul. I think Coach Wilson down there is trying to get him to play a little bit harder and take a chance or 2 here.
Crank up.
Just
like
as we said it.
Like knocking the guy to the floor. Having Bing Kang do his best Beetle Bailey impression as he kind of the foul is going to be on Benorden. His first personal foul, 2nd team foul, or according to the scoreboard, his 6th personal foul. I think it's operator error down there, but that's.
North Creek had the opportunity to not play a Kinko 4A varsity schedule this year, and as a school they opted to play a varsity schedule, and I really respect that decision. It shows that they might belong.
Well, they're sticking right in this one, and they are leading Snohomish 19-17. There's only a age difference between the schools of about 130 years or so. Dribble driving in, Balcarol swatted. Blocked right back at him by Ethan Boyd. And Boyd is a freshman.
Really good help defense that time by North Creek, seeing ball and man and rotating to help against that drive.
Inbounds, air ball, back up. No, that won't go. Will the Panthers get another opportunity? No, they're going to say jump ball, then they will get another opportunity because Snohomish will have it.
Really impressed with Snohomish's inbounds plays. They're getting really good looks off these inbounds.
Be better if you didn't shoot an air ball though off the inbounds, but
another good play. Here you go.
That is off the inbounds, and the lay-in is up, and it's good for Colton Smith, and we are tied for the first time tonight. It's a 19-19 score. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Bing Kang thought better of going in underneath the big guys, give it to his big guy, and Mazawi says, I'll take it, and I'll get a 2-ball right here. It's back up and in, and it's a 21-19 lead for North Creek. Wyatt Wilson, the foul. Binkang wanted to travel. They're going to call a foul, though. Robert Polk making that call. Robert Polk, the athletic director of the Everett School District.
You know, it's tough for kids to play when you're not in school. It's a big deal to find that rhythm and play those games. And I think right now I'm seeing both teams settle down and starting to play like they're capable of playing.
Free throw up. First one is good, and Wilson will get another. So when you were coaching, practice on Christmas Day?
We gave him Christmas Day off.
Oh, okay. But you watched film.
Just a little bit.
Before the kids got up.
That's right.
Before Santa Claus got here. Both free throws good. We're tied for the second time. It's 21-21. And a foul call. Just as they got into front court, Trent Harwood will make this call. And this will be on Snohomish's Calvin McDaniel. He's a senior, first personal, third team foul. I think he's the last of the McDaniels, isn't he?
I think so. There's been about 3, hasn't there?
Yeah. There are 6
Maybe
McDaniels?
6.
Wow. Because I'm from the days when their dad was playing.
Well, I played with their dad. He's a great guy.
Speaking of McDaniel's Dewitt Center, here's a turnaround. That's a nice-looking shot.
It really was.
Turn, a face, and a fire for Mazawi. It's a 2-ball, though. His foot was inside the arc. Down to 2:10 to play in the first half. A 2-point lead for the North Creek Jaguars. And a foul is going to be called. Mazawi, I think, is going to be the guilty party here.
And that was just an example of being out-hustled in that play. That's all that was. Good job for North Creek.
We're going to call this one on Bryson Southam. Boy, I thought it was, Southam is going to pick up the foul. Is he even out there? No. But Norden picked the, I'm sorry, other team. It's North Creek basketball. Here's Mazawi.
Oh, he's
down
feeling it.
It goes. Wow. And we'll have a timeout on the floor called by the Snohomish Panthers. Jim Wilson, the head coach, we'll keep it right here during the timeout, gets up and stands and just puts his arms out like, what do I got to do? Somebody's got to step out, right, at least put a hand in his face.
Well, you do. He's a 6'5 junior, Mazawi is, and he can play inside and outside, and he has a real nice stroke from deep, so Snohomish is going to have to get a hand in his face.
North Creek comes in off of, they lost last Thursday to Ingram. They also lost to West Valley of Yakima and to Woodinville. You said you liked the fact that they decided to play a varsity schedule this year.
You know, it's a tough call, but I do. You know, the easy thing to do would to not play the varsity schedule, but, you know, it's where you are. It's where you're going to be, and let's go play. If I'm coaching North Creek, I'm not emphasizing the fact that we don't have seniors. I'm emphasizing the fact that we're North Creek, and let's go play.
Well, and the other thing is just for the ease of people to get there, you want to play a varsity game. You want to play at 7 o'clock on a Friday night.
Absolutely.
To get used to doing that rather than play at 5:40 and go home. You got nothing else to do. Snohomish basketball down by 5 and a steal. Mazawi with it. 1-on-4. Now it's 2-on-4, and a 3-ball is an air ball, but Mazawi is there to clean it up and put it in, and it's back to a 7-point lead for North Creek, and that was pretty quick.
Really impressed by Mazawi. He's doing some really nice things inside and outside.
And here's another steal. Binkang with it this time. It kind of shoots the puck down low. It comes back out to him. Mazawi's there, back up again. Wow. 15 points for Andrew Mazawi. The junior averaging 13.9 points per ball game. So already with less than a minute to play in the first half, he's already over his season average. Looking to throw it underneath. Nope, it's going to be stolen away. Tough defense by North Creek.
Yeah, their hands are really active, and you can see their confidence increasing minute by minute right now.
So Snohomish steals it back, and with 36 seconds to play, 26 on the shot clock. That's Colton Smith with it. You know, the officials are also letting them play. They're kind of physical on both ends. That's Smith again. Lost the handle, but now the 2 hands on him. The player didn't like it, Jack Charlton.
Well, have you ever seen a player like a foul call, though?
Good point.
These are big free throws for Snohomish. North Creek up by 9. We're talking about a team that hasn't won a game, and the closer they get to getting that first game, they're going to be a dangerous team to play as this game gets closer and closer to the end.
First free throw won't go for Smith, but the Snohomish Panthers will reload as Bernorden grabbed the rebound. Down to 18 seconds to play. Shot clock is dead. Boy, almost a bad pass. I'm thinking against North Creek, you got to have some good crisp passes because they're right there in the passing lane. Down to 6, down to 5. They work it back out again, and Mazzouli gets a blocked shot.
Really good defense down the stretch there by North Creek.
Good defense and not a very good Snohomish Panther offensive display there right here at the end.
You know, it wasn't, and I'm watching the players move off the ball, and Snohomish what I'm seeing is they're actually executing pretty well, but they're not able to get the ball where they want to get it. Players are setting pretty good screens. Kids are coming hard off the screens, and they are open, but Snohomish just isn't able to get that ball to them quick enough to finish.
Our score at the half, it's the North Creek Jaguars 30, the Snohomish Panthers 21. Coming up, we've got a look at the best shots of the first half of the high school basketball season. You're watching high school basketball on STSPN.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
And we welcome you back here to Snohomish High School. A 30-21 lead for the North Creek Jaguars over the Snohomish Panthers. North Creek, where's that? Well, that's right out there, Jeff Larson, in your neck of the woods, out there on Seattle Hill, Bothell, Mill Creek, Cathcart, everything all mixed together out there.
You can darn near throw a rock from school to school. North Creek's not too far from Glacier Peak at all.
And you talked about when they opened the school, having a chance not to play a varsity schedule. You like the fact that they did, but it really is going to affect the other schools. It did when Glacier Peak opened to Snohomish, when Kamiak opened to Mariner. It just happens. That's just what happens.
It's just life. You know, I'm sure back in the day when my mom graduated from Cascade High School, when they split Everett High School, I'm sure it's the way it always will be. And you know, again, I think it's such a great opportunity for North Creek and not dwell on what you don't have, dwell on what you do have, and what an opportunity to set the tradition. And it's exciting to see this happen.
Let's talk about the two coaches at halftime. You mentioned that North Creek came out really quick from the halftime locker room.
They did, and I think that's a good move. You know, when you play a good half, you don't want to take take that energy away by doing too much talking. You know, encourage your kids.
A coach that does too much talking? What?
Well, you got to stay out of the kids' way sometimes and let them get back onto the court and play.
How about Jim Wilson? Maybe you have to light a little fire under the Snohomish Panthers?
Yeah, you know, and I think you got to be careful because they're getting good shots. If I had to guess, I'll bet their percentage is way down. They haven't taken a lot of poor shots. They're just not going in. So you don't want to get too down on them. You want to just keep doing what you're doing and remind them that they're going to fall. Don't steer away from what you do.
Well, North Creek is exactly 50%. They're 13 of 26 from the field, 3 of 6 from three-point land, 1 of 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah.
50-50-50.
Yeah, there you go. And as a coach, you'll take that any night.
And then the Snohomish Panthers went from 18% in the first quarter to finally shoot 31% in the half, 7 of 22, 3 of 7 from beyond the arc, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Here we go, second half back underway. North Creek in the purple uniforms moving to our right. Yet to win a ball game here in 2017, heading toward 18, and they won't here as it's going to be a steal and a grab by the Snohomish Panthers. Panthers a couple times unable to finish after some pretty good moves and not able to get the lay-in.
I like what Snohomish is doing here, though. They're really running their stuff, and they got a nice look. Good start.
Right there for the lay-in up and good by Colton Smith off the pass from Carter Sparks, and it's a 7-point lead. 30-23. Now a whistle away from the basketball, and I think this is going to be 30. Carter Sparks got the assist on one end and got a foul on the other end.
You know, he's matched up against Mazawi, and I'm not sure why.
His first personal foul. So North Creek basketball. That's Charlton out for a three ball that won't go. A miss by Ethan Boyd, and Snohomish will grab the rebound. Grabbed down by Benorden. And that's Smith backing in to Benorden again. Back to the basket at the foul line. Back to Smith to the baseline. He goes hard off the glass and in for Colton Smith.
Real nice patience and control by Smith there.
Now here's Tyson Bengkang. Couple of steals in that first half. Thompson, they're yelling for a three in the key. You're not going to get that. Dribbling in, off the glass, too hard by Mazawi. Kind of off balance. Good defense there by Snohomish, forcing Mazawi away from the kind of shot he likes to take.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe that's a good coaching move there, is putting somebody on him that can make him a little uncomfortable.
Smith. And we had a errant basketball. That's not one of your kids, is it?
No comment. No comment.
The basketball goes all the way up to the top of the bleachers. Tom Friel has a few words. Hey, gang, hold on to the basketball. Here we go. Snohomish with it. 15 to shoot. Now working the perimeter. Ooh, almost looked like almost a travel. Carter Sparks. Now to Smith. 9 to shoot. Smith trying to back in. 6 now. Over to the left side. Balcarol, 3. Using 34 of the 35 and get a 3-ball out of it and pulled it within 2.
You know, you'll always come out of the locker room and say you want to win the first 2 minutes of the half, and Snohomish has won the first 2 minutes of this half, 7-0. Great start by Snohomish.
We'll take a break with 5:48 to go in the third quarter. It's a 2-point lead for North Creek. You're watching high school basketball on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We're back with you again on Friday night. We'll be right back here at Snohomish High School. Alex Clausius will join me as we have the Snohomish Panthers and the Cascade Bruins. But the Panthers, all they can handle tonight. Here's a long outside shot. Bingkang just elevated and shot the 3-ball and makes it again a 5-point lead, 33-28 North Creek. Full court pressure. Bingkang is kind of a one-man defensive show. Yeah, he did.
He got the 10-second count. That's good pressure by North Creek.
Yeah, Bingkang, he's just a pain in the neck.
He is. You know, he's just the Energizer Bunny. He just plays hard. And again, just a sophomore.
Yeah, Tyson Bingkang, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging 5 points per ball game, but does so much more off of the stat sheet. Boyd looking for Mazawi.
Oh, that's bad luck right there.
Yeah, the wrong place at the wrong time here for Carter Sparks. He picks up the foul, his second personal foul, and the second team foul. Fresh 35 on the shot clock, out of bounds baseline for North Creek, leading by 5. Ethan Boyd looking, gets a screen. Shoots a 3, too long, but a rebound's going to be grabbed by the Jaguars. Charlton saved it from going out of bounds, and they'll reset the 35, and North Creek will try to reset their offense here. Ethan Boyd now goes baseline. Charlton, short arms it, but Mazawi again, but he missed the lay-in. Got the offensive rebound, missed the lay-in. Here comes Smith. Dump it right side. Benorden laying up and good. Cameron Benorden off the pass from Smith, and it's 33-30. North Creek by 3.
It's a nice vision by Smith to find him.
Look to the right corner. Now to Thompson. His hook shot offline. And a foul's going to be called. I think they're going to get Mazawi here. Yeah, Mazawi picks up the foul, his second personal foul, and the first team foul. I think he was still disturbed by the previous play when he missed the lay-in. And the Panthers will take the basketball. Balcarol on the dribble for Snohomish. 4 minutes to play, third quarter, 3-point lead for North Creek. Benorden, down it goes, and we're tied at 33.
It was a big shot.
Benorden has 15 points in the ball game, averages 19.6 during the regular season so far. Trying to answer with a 3 on the other end. That will not go for Charlton. Here come the Panthers. they say walk. Maybe he did. He missed the three, but the pickup and backing in by Colton Smith. And the Panthers with their first lead of the ball game, and North Creek will call a timeout. We'll take a break with 3:24 to play in the third quarter. 35-33 Snohomish by 2. This is high school basketball on STSPN.com.
Your dreams evolve, and with committed support, they thrive. American Family Insurance.
Can make the team play defense, the better your chances of finding a good shot sometimes.
So that was your philosophy when you coached? You don't like the... So we'll talk about it again. You talked about not liking the early three.
Well, I think you have to be careful because
if Ryan Appleby plays for you,
he can shoot it anytime he wants.
Okay.
Right, Nate?
Well, that goes back. The former coach here at Snohomish High School, Len Bone, Nate Duchesne, also would say the same thing. Len Bone said about John Brockman, you know, when he played for us, I was a really good coach.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, the D1 NBA players, you're a really good coach. North Creek down by 2, a couple of kind of off-balance shots there. They got some offensive rebounds, but then just kind of started flinging it up toward the hoop, and neither one would go. Now here's Smith. Ooh, yeah. They're going to call the offensive charge.
He tried to pull up there at the end, but nice job by North Creek taking that charge. But right there with North Creek's last possession, Tom, is what we were talking about. You know, being quick to shoot those threes, and when you don't have the rhythm, more often than not, those shots just don't fall.
Trent Harwood almost didn't want to blow that one either. It almost could have been a no call, I think.
It was right there.
Tom Friel, the referee, Robert Polk, and Trent Harwood are the umpires tonight, officiating this ball game.
And there's a rhythm shot.
That's a rhythm shot, but it's too long, no good, and Bernorden grabs the rebound for the Panthers. Smith dribbles it up and is swatted right back at him by Ethan Boyd, but then the return fires back up and in, and Bernorden will get that one.
How many threes is that from Bernorden?
So 4 threes for Bernorden. And now we're going to have a whistle.
That was Brandvold trying to defend Mazawi down low, and North Creek's trying to look at that height advantage.
Yep, defending Bernorden by grabbing him. Holding on, yeah. In football, holding number 10. Here's a shot on the way, outside, won't go. That was a long outside three by Ian Subak. It would not go, and a foul's called trying to grab the rebound. I think that's Mazawi again. Yeah, it is. So Andrew Mazawi picks up his 3rd personal foul. Coach Larson taking him out. I don't have a Wade Knowles has the control, but would you take him out?
You know, I wouldn't. 3rd foul, you got 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and you're trying to get that first win. I think sometimes you have to learn how to play with 3 fouls. I'd let him play.
Smith missed it, gets his own rebound back up and in, and 1.
That's where that weight room just pays off, and you work with kids. That was just pure strength to muscle that in. Nice play by Smith.
So you made your way from the sidelines coaching at Redmond, now a principal at Glacier Peak. You missed the coaching part of it?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Tom. I miss it every day.
I was expecting no, but okay.
But it is fun when you're away from it. You don't remember the losses as much as the wins, and you don't remember those sleepless nights. So, but I do miss it. Miss it a lot. It's a great thing to do.
Let's keep it right here during the timeout here. A 41-33. Snohomish now out to an 8-point lead. That was quick. A quick turnaround here for the Snohomish Panthers. But Do you miss the Friday nights and the Tuesday nights, or do you miss the off-season kind of stuff and the practicing?
You do miss that energy, especially when the gym's full and the band's playing and kind of that energy around school. But to be honest with you, what I miss the most is that off-season, especially the summer when it's just you and the kids and you're working, you're in the weight room and you're in the gym and you're going to team camps. You're watching kids get bigger, stronger, faster, but it's just that connection, that bonding you have with the players. And when they graduate, that doesn't go away. You have that connection forever. And I learned that from Coach Adams. It's just a very special relationship.
Well, we talked about the coaching tree. Jim Adams coached here when you played. You had teammates in about a two-year period. 4 of those guys have been head coaches.
And I credit a lot of that to Coach Adams, Coach Gilbertson, Coach Fowler. It obviously was an experience that we treasured, we enjoyed, and found a way to stay involved. I give them a lot of credit.
Give them some of the blame, too?
Well, I won't say that out loud.
And what we're talking about, of course, Jeff Larson is working with me tonight, coaching at Redmond. Ken Roberts, the girls coach, very successful girls coach here at Snohomish. Here's Brandvold with a miss and a foul call.
Really nice pass there by Smith.
Nate Duchesne, of course, who coached for years at Stanwood, then went to Montana to coach and ended up at Mark Morris. Now he's lowered himself to be a principal in the Western Conference as well, just like you, just down the street from you at Mariner.
Nate and I talk a lot. I'm very fortunate to have him as a friend and close by. We went to lunch right before the start of the year, and it's just nice to talk to somebody you respect that's been there, done that, and we seem to talk more coaching than we do about principalship. But
and then your head coach at Glacier Peak High School, your boys coach, Brian Hunter, also in that same mix.
Yeah, I know. That's really special. Growing up with Brian, he's a tremendous coach. I really do mean that. And to watch him do what he does, to get to be part of it, and to have our families get to share in that experience, we're just very fortunate.
Here's a 3-ball outside. That's going to be a miss here for Garrison Kepley. The lead is 9 points for Snohomish. Almost stolen, but here's Brandvold with the laying up and good. And Snohomish out to their biggest lead, so we've had quite a turnaround. It was a 9-point lead in the second quarter for North Creek. It's Snohomish by 11 now, a 20-point swing in this ball game.
Yeah, I think a 23-3 third quarter. So whatever Jim did at halftime, he should keep doing it.
Just keep doing it. Yeah, it was 30-21 North Creek at the halftime. And North Creek has scored 3 points here in this second half so far. And yeah, Snohomish with 23, maybe more. 40 seconds to play in the third quarter. Going down, laying up, it's up and good. There'll be at least 5 points in there as Garrison Kepley with that bucket. Quickly down come the Snohomish Panthers. Brandvold now to Smith. Shot clock is dead. They can play for 1. And they will. 20 seconds to play. Colton Smith kind of held the ball on his hip and then just kind of breathed heavily a couple times. These guys have been working. That's McDaniel back out for Bernorden. Wow.
He really has a nice shot.
Buries it at about the 4-second mark. Long shot will not go, and the lead is 47-35. Snohomish by a dozen here as we head to the fourth quarter. You're watching STSPN.com. Well, Jeff Larson, you said sports builds character, and I think the getting your doors blown off in the third quarter, North Creek's got to build some character.
Well, they do, and they can't use the excuse that they're young or they haven't won a game yet. You have to go out and play like you're capable of playing and go out and play to win.
Snohomish by 12, their biggest lead of the game. So that's a 21-point swing in this ball game between the second and third quarters. Outside shot, that will not go. That's a miss by McDaniel and cleared out by North Creek. Don't count out North Creek. They put up some big numbers. They got 30 in the first half, a 20-point quarter in the second quarter, so they can do it. But I would think they have to hone in on their shot selection.
They do, and it looks like they are. They had a chance to throw up a couple there that they passed on, and their defensive pressure in that last possession was a good start for them.
Almost losing control there. Now backing in. 6 to shoot.
Got bailed out a little bit.
Yeah, a whole bunch, I think, as he went to the floor. And that will be Snohomish with the foul. Garrison Kepley goes to the free throw line. Shooting in the quarter for North Creek, they were 2 of 16, 12%. Ouch. Snohomish, on the other hand, 10 of 13, 76% from outside, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 12%. Oof.
You know, when you got to give Snohomish a lot of credit because you get a hand in the face and you make it difficult to get good shots, and that's what happens.
Free throw miss, 47-36 the score. And now Snohomish with it. Up by 11, a minute into the fourth quarter.
Both teams sticking with man-to-man defense all night.
Right wing, looking down low now to Colton Smith. They'll work it out for a in-rhythm 3 ball from the outside. And that's Luis Balcaral.
So we should nice job sharing the ball that time. Good hustle.
Panthers up by 14. Nice no-look bounce pass. Almost, the bounce pass just brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it?
It does. This North Creek team's going to make some noise next year. This whole team is back, and they're doing some good things.
Going in, laying up good. The Panthers are kind of putting on a show here in the second half. Bernorden with the bucket, and it's 52-38, back to a 14-point lead. Long outside 3 ball. That'll go down. Up and good by Josh Groby.
Thought North Creek might apply a little bit more pressure in the full court here.
Yeah, I would think North Creek, the coaches and the rest of that Kinko 4 are going to go, maybe we don't want him. Because Mazawi's going to be a senior. And
That's
these
right.
other little guys, if you will,
right,
that are pretty good guards.
Yeah, you bet they're gonna hold their own in years to come.
Here's Bernorden, blocked out of there. It's a nice block. Keelan Sawyer with it, brings it up himself, dumps it right, laying up, won't go. Little jumper from about 4 feet, won't go. Balcarel out of backcourt. No look. In fact, it was so much of a no look that Bernorden had no earthly idea that the ball was coming to him. They'll call a jump ball. No. They can call a jump ball, or we have a timeout. Timeout on the floor. 5:19 to play in the game. 52-41 Snohomish, leading it by 11. You're watching high school basketball on STSPN.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
5:19 to play in the basketball game. 52-41. We talking about player of the game. We're starting to decide who the player of the game is. I think you give Jim Wilson. What a halftime where he made adjustments.
Well, he made the right adjustment, and watching him, he's staying in control. He's not getting down on his kids. He's coaching, and he's positive. The kids are responding, so I've seen some really good things tonight from Jim.
Snohomish, we'll give it to a player, but Snohomish will play against Cascade on Friday night. We'll have the game here on STSPN.com. Then they reopen league play again on Tuesday at Everett. the Wesco 3A, as it happened last year, it's a once-through league, which is way different, right, than home and home with the teams you play in your league.
You know, it really is. That's that when you have one chance to play them, especially when it's on the road, that's difficult. It's a little bit easier to play teams at home, so you get one shot. You can't waste it.
Under 5 minutes now to play. The lead is 11 points for Snohomish, and a foul is going to be called. Double team there was Carter Sparks. And the foul is going to be on Keelan Sawyer. His first personal foul, 5th team foul. And Mazawi, playing with 4 personals, will check in. And so out of bounds here for Snohomish. Yeah, only kind of hooked him. This is going to be Matt Sugatan who will pick up the foul, another freshman.
You know, you can get so caught up in winning and losing. Of course, that's why you do play it. But I think as coaches, you also want to remember it's a non-league game, and you just take advantage of these games to get better at what you're trying to do.
So looking to inbounds, here's Snohomish, fresh 35 to shoot. To Colton Smith, off the glass too hard. And Mazawi grabs the rebound. Out of back court, hook pass corner. That's going to be Bing Kang, shoots the 3, misses. Kept alive there by Sparks. Grabbed by Colton Smith at the 4.5-minute mark to play.
I like Snohomish's patience here.
They can work the clock, up by 11. They're working for a 3 that won't go by Smith, but kept alive there, back up and in. Credit Luis Balcarol for grabbing the offensive rebound. Almost looked like he's falling out of bounds, so he just kind of underhanded it and got it to a teammate for the bucket, and it's out to a 13-point lead. Mazawi, it won't go. Nice rebound there. Benorden going in, laying up, good. So now Snohomish just running away with it here, up by 15 points.
This is what I meant earlier. It's important, I think, that North Creek doesn't just try to come down and shoot the ball. This is a chance to work on your offense and keep learning what it is you're trying to do. Take advantage of the opportunity to play.
Talk about the Kinko 4A. You were part of that whole Kinko. But when you were coaching, but Garfield and the teams from the Metro, right? The bigger schools were in it.
We had Garfield, Franklin, and Roosevelt, and my friends in the Wesco, they assumed I didn't like that, but I'll be honest with you, I loved it. What a great high school atmosphere to go down to Franklin or play in the Garfield gym, and it's
the old Garfield gym.
That's right.
Where the ceiling was about, you could reach up and
That's
touch
right.
the top. Yeah.
Yeah, just some great games down there.
56-43. The lead for Snohomish. The full court pressure here by North Creek and a steal.
Like the energy by North Creek. They're not giving up.
Southern with the steal. Going in with a runner. It's up and it's good. Lay-in is good with the right hand by Jack Charlton falling away. Benorden answers on the other end. And Benorden has jumped out to have 29 points in the ball game. Missed on the other end. And a timeout called. Have I mentioned I don't like when coaches can call a timeout, but that's just me. You said earlier, don't get me started. Don't get me started on that one. 58-45, we'll take a break. You're watching high school basketball on STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi electric cooling and heating system allows you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. And because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We're talking about our player of the game again. Cameron Benorden averaging 19.6 points per ball game, and he's got, I think I said 29 earlier, it's 27 points after further review. We've gone back to New York to get clarification on that.
Cameron had 27 earlier in the year against Juanita too, so he knows what this feels like to score those kinds of points.
3:10 to play in the game. Snohomish basketball up by 13, and I don't think Jim Wilson's comfortable enough to empty the bench yet, because these guys are playing for and that's going to be 10 seconds without getting across the. Another timeout. Let's keep it right here. That's our last timeout. That's good coaching.
That's good coaching move there.
That's good coaching, because all this is going on. All
That's
hell
right.
is broken loose, and you're still watching the 35-second clock.
Yeah, good job for Jim on that. And you just have a feel, and saved his team on that one.
So Snohomish calls their final timeout, leading by 13 at the 3-minute mark to play. North Creek, now they play one of your neighbors on Friday night. They host Archbishop Murphy.
And isn't that where Coach Bone's coaching?
That's where Coach Len Bone is, who Jim Wilson replaced a year ago. Took a year off and said,
That's right.
I had to get right back into it.
I ran into Coach Bone and I said, I don't blame you. I know exactly what that feels like, so good for him.
So still teaching here at Snohomish, but Len Bone coaching at Archbishop Murphy. So they'll play on Friday night, and then they're right back into it next Wednesday at Inglemore. Then they host Bothell, which I would guess down the road will be their biggest rival, will be Bothell and North Creek.
Yeah, I think it will, based on what I've heard. And Bothell has a real good team this year, but down the road, that's going to be a heck of a rivalry.
And you said that is there a little animosity in the whole North Shore?
Not yet.
That'll come.
That will come a little bit, but it's only natural.
Well, it's tough. It's just tough when you have to open up a school and decisions have to be made. It happened in every school district.
Absolutely. These kids grew up wearing a Bothell Cougar T-shirt or a Woodinville Falcon T-shirt. There was no such thing as a North Creek Jaguar, so it takes some time. And we're just learning that at Glacier Peak. This is our 10th year, and we're coming into our own. And I think it's taken 10 years to really, really identify your identity. And you're not, those kids grew up wanting to be Grizzlies, not Panthers. It took a long time to get there.
Right. Well, you mentioned, too, in a school like North Creek now, these kids didn't grow up together. They didn't go to the same elementary schools or the same junior highs and things.
That's right, or even the same high schools in the last couple of years. So they're getting to know each other and figure out who they are. And, again, that's tough. You're playing these schools like Snohomish, rich tradition, but at the same time, what a great opportunity.
A couple of free throws won't go. 58-46 the score, 2.5 to play. Up the floor, ball stripped away. And then,
Tom, you talked about emptying the bench, and as a coach, that's a tough call. You want to get other kids playing time, but at the same time, you want your starters, so to speak, to face that pressure, and again, to take advantage of that experience. Tough call.
And I always go back to, we do, football in the fall, and the quote by Brandon Carson at Marysville Pilchuck a few years ago when they were really, really good was, we play the first half.
Yeah.
We don't care what the score is. Now the third quarter is when you start. You play one series in the third quarter, then you start deciding you're going to play the scoreboard. So I think you have to do it that way.
Yeah.
And here, 12 points, is that enough? 2 minutes? A couple of three. The three has really changed that, where suddenly a couple, 2, 3 balls go up, and then suddenly you're within
That's
8.
exactly right. Although that last score there might have been the exclamation point, but North Creek doesn't stop.
Bing Bang
as we talk.
As answers again, the lead is back out to 12. Going in for the lay-in, but Norton missed that one. North Creek with another opportunity, bringing it down, laying it up, and missing there. No good by Charlton. Then Snohomish almost commits the turnover. And we're going to have a jump ball here, and North Creek will keep it. North Creek will keep it.
Nice second half here by Snohomish.
It really has been. And in fact, we'll ask our player of the game when we bring him up. I would think with Coach Wilson, it's a pride thing.
Yeah, I think that's the word. You hit it on your head right there. As a coach, you don't want to also be the team that's forever going to be the first win that North Creek ever had.
That's right. Yeah, first basket, first touchdown, first win.
That's right.
No.
Give somebody else that honor.
And I would think someone else is going to get that honor this year. I would think this is a team, probably one of the lower levels in the Kinko 4A. Is there one? Is there a lower level?
You know, to be honest with you, I don't know for sure. I haven't followed it as closely, but based on this game tonight, I don't see North Creek giving up.
Yeah.
And, any given night, that's what's so great about high school sports is any given night.
So Mazawi will go to the free throw line. The foul is going to be on Jacob Brandvold, his third personal. 9th team foul. Now with less than a minute to play. Missed on the free throw. And up the floor, Bernorden, Smith.
I often measured our defensive efficiency by, if we could, keep teams under 50 points, and Snohomish has kept North Creek to 51, which is a pretty good effort.
As North Creek averages 45.5, giving up 65, so they're scored a little more. Snohomish has been giving up 60 points a game, scoring 56. First free throw rattles up and in by Colton Smith. Smith has 15 points after that missed free throw with 30 seconds to go. And foul's going to be called. I think Cameron Bernorden is going to pick up the foul. And they'll have 2 shots coming up on the other end for the Jaguars.
He might have committed that foul just to get the ball back to score again.
That free throw is a miss here for Keelan Sawyer. Should be so we have one more shot. For one thing, I think it's double bonus anyway. Or as Ben Doucette just said, the super bonus. Okay. Now that's going to be now we can just start. Now give it up.
There comes a point where you just get on the bus and you go back to practice.
So Colton Smith will go to the free throw line for the Snohomish Panthers. Snohomish will improve to 4-4 overall. They come in at 2-0 in league play with their last league win, 2-point win over Oak Harbor back on the 15th. Missed by Smith. Lead is 13, 64-51. Ben Kang. Well, and Wade Knowles is going to coach right to the bitter end.
And good for him because he's sending a message to his players that we are gonna play to the bitter end, and that's just the way. That's what I think the culture he's trying to create. So good for him.
And I always say about timeouts is you don't get to cash
That's
them in
right.
for chips at the casino on the way home. You might as well use them.
That's right.
If they give them to you, we'll go ahead and use them.
And he's getting a chance to coach a little bit more right now, so good for him.
Again, the North Creek team will play home against Archbishop Murphy on Friday night. Snohomish will be home on Friday night. We'll have the game for you here on STSPN.com against the Cascade Bruins, a non-league game. For years and years and years and years, the Cascade Snohomish games were league games, but not now with Snohomish in the 3A.
It's funny, even to this day, as old as I am, you still say Snohomish Cascade. I still get the chills and butterflies because there's a lot of Friday nights. Those are pretty special nights.
So both teams back out, and here we go, the final 20 seconds of the game. And it'll be Snohomish basketball at the baseline. And see if we can get the final 20 off the clock before somebody commits a foul. Well, no, not yet. Balcarral fouled in backcourt. And if that's Mazawi, I think he's going to exit. Nope. going to be 11, I think. Yeah, it will be. Keelan Sawyer picks up the foul, his second personal foul. And 13 seconds to go. And Luis Balcarcel. I think I've been saying it wrong all night. His grandma will be calling STSPN.com. STSPN.com. Ask for Todd Elvig, E-L-V-I-G. First free throws up and good for Luis. Balcarcel. I left that second C out of there all night. Here's Bing Kang. I kind of like the way he plays.
I do too.
And it's going to be a steal by Brandvold, and this ball game will draw to a close, and the Snohomish Panthers on their home floor will pick up the win 66-53. And we will take a break, and we will come back and have our player of the game. Again, the final score, Snohomish 66, North Creek 53. You're watching high school basketball on STSPN.com.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
And welcome back. We'll be talking with our player of the game, Cameron Van Norden, here in just a moment. 66-53, the final. The Snohomish Panthers beat the North Creek Jaguars tonight. Tom Lafferty along with the Jeff Larson. And so you're first time behind the mic. Fun? Do we have a good time?
Boy, Tom, thank you again for this opportunity. I've not to sound silly, but I used to practice this when I was about 6 years old, listening to Bob Blackburn do Sonic games. So to get to sit next to you and do this, what a thrill. Thank you very much.
You bet. And we saw some pretty good basketball, I thought, from both teams in two distinctly different halves.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really, really excited to see North Creek, to see how they would come out as a first-year school. And as that first half ended, I was really curious to see how Snohomish was going to respond, and I thought they did a great job in that second half.
And when you talk about a new school coming in, and you had mentioned during the broadcast that here was North Creek coming in without seniors, a chance where they didn't have to play a varsity schedule. They elected to do so, and probably a good call on their part.
Yeah, I know when you think of all the sports, not just basketball, but all the sports through the fall, winter, and spring, and I think it is the right call. And again, we talked about sports teaches character and adversity and perseverance, and sometimes we make things too easy or make excuses for things that we don't need to. And so I think it's an opportunity to build the kind of people and to build the character and people that we want.
And the Snohomish Panthers persevered. They were down by 9 and not looking good in that first half. Absolutely ice cold from outside, and they come through, and they really changed in the second half. Yeah,
you're exactly right. And what I was impressed with is they took what North Creek gave them. If they could run and get a quick, easy one, they did. But that first possession, they set the tone. They shared the ball. They made 6 or 8 passes. They got a nice rhythm shot, and that just set the tone for that whole 20. Well, one time they were up 23-3 in that third quarter.
Right. So these two teams play each other for the first time this year. Now, North Creek will host Archbishop Murphy on Friday night. Then next Wednesday, right back into the Kinko 4A play at Inglemore. Then they'll host Bothell. Then they'll host Eastlake. Those are the first 3 games of the Kinko 4A. And talk again about the Kinko, just a tough league, top to bottom.
Boy, you're saying those teams. I'm thinking of Greg Lowell at Inglemore and in the Bothell tradition that Ron Bollinger's got going over there. And Eastlake always plays tough on the plateau. And it's not going to be an easy run for North Creek this year. Those are all good teams.
All good teams and all really historically good teams.
Well, that's just it. They are. There's a lot of tradition. There's a lot of pride. There's good coaches and good players in those programs. And, Kinko's been one of the better conferences for a long time.
And let's take a look at the Snohomish Panthers. They will host Cascade here on Friday night. We'll have the game on STSPN.com. Then at Everett, at Meadowdale, and then hosting Linwood on Tuesday the 9th. The Wesco 3A, and again, we talked about it during the broadcast, different in the 3A division rather than the 4A where you play a home and home each year. They go once straight through. Stanwood at Edmonds Woodway, our game on radio next Tuesday. That's the only time they play until the district tournament.
Boy, and I never coached in that kind of those circumstances, and I'm thinking about it as a coach. That's tough because you get one shot. You better have a pretty good scouting report and have your kids excited to play because you don't get that second chance.
So let's talk about your guys and gals up there at Glacier Peak. How are things looking for the Grizzlies?
Things are looking good for the Grizzlies. The girls, I unfortunately was out of town. They did.
A whole bunch of quality people.
They did, but Brian Hill really has a good program with those girls up there. Unfortunately, I was out of town to miss the Snohomish Glacier Peak game that I just think was a fantastic basketball game. And on the boys' side, too, Brian Hunter's just done a great job establishing Glacier Peak Boys as a good program. And I'm just excited. They call it work. I have to go supervise these games, but the truth is I'd be there anyway.
But you're not at every practice.
Not everyone, but just a few.
So are we going to get our player of the game? Eventually he will come out here. So the now Glacier Peak, that Wesco 4A is tough as well. You've got your neighbors one click over there. Jackson is going to be tough.
Boy, we played Jackson on the 15th, and Steve Johnson at Jackson will tell you they're down a little bit, and maybe by their standards, but that was a heck of a game. They're a young team, and they're going to make some noise at the end of the year, in the years to come too. They're a good team.
Well, Steve Johnson, he's fresh out of Todd's and he's fresh out of Kingma's.
Finally.
They kind of ran roughshod over the Western Conference the last couple of years, and I think most teams are saying, hey, let somebody else reap some rewards here.
Yeah, those there were some good kids that went through there. We were joking about it earlier. Some of those kids make you look like a pretty good coach.
Yeah, they do indeed. So let's take a look at the scoring from the first half, and we will take a look at that as we're awaiting our player of the game, Cameron Bernard. We don't want to get out of here without having a chance to talk with our player of the game. The Snohomish Panthers with the win tonight, 66-53. Snohomish was down 30-21 at the end of the first half, and then a 26-point third quarter and a 19-point fourth quarter, and that is what spelled the doom for the North Creek Jaguars. The Snohomish Panthers, as we mentioned, make the adjustment at halftime and really kind of took Mazawi out of the ball game, their leading scorer for North Creek.
They did. I think they changed up who they had defending him. They really made it difficult for North Creek to get anything they wanted. And at the other end, they really made what they wanted to do look easy. They're sharing the ball well, moving without the ball well, and shooting rhythm shots, and it all came together.
So, again, the Snohomish Panthers with the win. Snohomish improves now to 4-4 overall. They're 2-0 in league play. They have one more non-league game before they kick right back into the Wesco 3A here. The North Creek Jaguars yet to win a ball game. They're 0-5 in league play, 0-8 now overall after they get the loss tonight here against the Snohomish Panthers. So I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get our player of the game on. Didn't get a chance to get him before they went to the locker room, and they're taking some time in there. So I think we are going to step out, and we will be done for the evening. Jeff, thanks again.
Tom, thank you. I just had a great time tonight.
Thanks again to Todd Elvig, our producer-engineer here. Pat Castro, our statistician. I'm Tom Lafferty. Again, final score, Snohomish Panthers 66 and North Creek Jaguars 53. Good night, everybody.